Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tradesman Experience. This is the podcast built by tradesmen for tradesmen. My name is Josh, and across the table is, of course, Mr. Nate Newton. Nate, how are you, sir?
Fucking up my schedule this week.
Happy Friday morning, man.
Friday morning. What the fuck is going on? Yeah, my dad had a procedure to attend to this morning.
That's fair.
Yeah.
He's finally getting that vasectomy.
Yeah. Dude, I'm sure he's firing dust by this point anyway. So
he looked at you, and after 30-some years, he's like, I think it's time to give up.
This clearly isn't getting any better.
I'm getting the clip.
Yeah.
I was on the phone with a client yesterday, and it was after hours, and we were just kind of bullshitting. It wasn't like an official meeting. We were just talking about some stuff, and he's got his little one. He's like, oh, he talked to me about 6 words, and you go, okay, buddy, I like that. And then he talked to me about 7 words. He's like, where did you get that? And then, he goes, I could see why you got the clip done. Yeah. You're welcome. I don't know why he's welcome.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I get it. So no, it's a Friday morning. This is going to conclude, when we get into the topic today, this is going to conclude kind of our series of operations. Mm-hmm. And this one, the one that follows this, is going to be War Room Conversations, and then our 200th episode recording. Mm-hmm. So this is the last chance listening to the podcast to get us your questions for the Ask Me Anything celebration 200 episode. Mm-hmm. So questions about me, send to Nate. Questions about Nate, send to me. You can do it through our Instagram, probably the easiest way. Yeah. But so that's coming up, and looking forward to that. Another thing is, this is something I'm so bad at. Leave us a rating.
Mm-hmm. Please.
Leave a review, whatever platform you're listening to. If it gives you the option to leave a rating or review, please do that. Mm-hmm. And then share the podcast with somebody.
Yeah.
You know, your boss, your team, your significant other. That one right there, I have to say real quick, that one surprises me when couples listen to our show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, especially like, I remember in the early days, there was one of the dudes was in the trades, and his wife was, I think she was a nurse. But she was like, it all transcends into what I'm dealing with inside the hospital, you know? So. And
then our great fan, Candace.
Yeah, Candace,
dental hygienist.
She get Brulere listening to it, though. That asshole.
Oh, it's funny. She's very engaging on social media about some of the posts and the podcasts and stuff, which I always appreciate. Yeah. But, you know, she's a dental hygienist. Katie's a dental hygienist, and, you know, she's very supportive.
Yeah. Kat's an embryologist.
She listens. Yeah, I listen to it a lot. I always enjoy my conversations with Kat about things, because she'll bring up the podcast or things that are relevant to her.
Yeah, because she's in a leadership role, and so like, she's like, oh my God. And I'm like, I know.
Hit her.
Yeah. All of them. Just carry around a big stick.
Do you remember the yellow wiffle ball bats?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they still exist, don't they?
Do they? Oh man, I'm gonna buy one if I see one.
It's like the only childhood fucking game we had that wasn't trying to kill you. It wasn't like lawn darts or something like that.
Yeah.
You know,
but you could. That thing wasn't going to give. You could beat the shit out of each other with those things.
Yeah, and it just hurt. You know, it wasn't really causing any damage.
No.
And then a welt.
No, it's welt. You remember that?
Hematoma.
Jesus,
fucking Matt.
Oh, it's so great. The YouTube channel. So these are on YouTube now, and most of the time, the video is on there. We had one recently that I just, for some reason, didn't set the cameras up, which you got to experience setup this morning.
Yeah.
And you were.
Well, I sat here and did nothing.
But I said you got to experience it.
I did. Yeah.
Because usually I have everything set up so when the talent arrives, you just go to your chair. It's like, your fucking fit aid's already out. Your water's already there.
Well, you got an assistant and a co-host.
Oh, man, this is great.
It was like kind of watching, like, I can only imagine that's what it's like being drugged before some sort of snuff porn. You're just like sitting in a chair and somebody's running around adjusting cameras and lighting, sharpening the knives, you know?
I do not want to snuff you.
I'm like,
I just want
should I run? Probably shouldn't drink that fit aid.
Should I be tied up now?
Yeah.
Is this later?
Please don't.
How does this work? But subscribe to the YouTube channel and likes and comments. We've got a couple people that do engage with us on YouTube. And then here, I can't believe I'm saying this. I have a. It tastes like tequila. That fucking video makes me laugh. The Tradesman Experience has a TikTok channel.
I like how you said the Tradesman Experience has a TikTok. Not I have a TikTok.
Yeah, dude, I'm shifting that blame like a motherfucker.
Way to take ownership, Josh.
I did. I wanted to give full credit where credit is due. This is that has been such an interesting. But here's what happens when I get out of my own way. I have had quite a bit of engagement on TikTok.
Oh, really?
And it's been positive engagement.
Mm-hmm.
And what's interesting to me about TikTok is it's so less personal than like Instagram, and definitely less personal than Facebook. But it's just about scrolling through and you can comment and like and stuff. But I don't know, it's pretty cool for me so far, the engagement and the comments and shit that I'm getting on TikTok. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, there might be an opportunity here to reach more people.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the big three, well, we'll go off of the big three that you can post pictures and videos on.
Pornhub.
Yeah, Pornhub. Yeah.
X videos.
Yeah.
What's the third one?
But if you look at like Facebook, that's your geriatrics. That's where you go to talk to your grandmother. Instagram.
All right, I'm deleting my Facebook account now.
Instagram is us. It's millennials, and then TikTok is for the younger generation. So it's like, it's kind of weird how it got sectioned out via
But
age
you know
groups.
what's crazy is the engagement that I'm getting from TikTok are like my age and up.
What the fuck?
I'm serious. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I know that the presence of the younger generation is much more prevalent.
Greater.
On
that
TikTok.
I completely agree with.
But at least you have more of an opportunity to reach younger people there, right? So,
yeah.
But yeah, because like I saw something the other day. It was like, I don't have TikTok. I watch reels on Instagram 2 weeks later, like a real adult. That's pretty much what we do.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
No, I think my TikTok, I think I'm up to like 11 followers or some shit. I'm not sure.
Oh, wow. Breaking the sound barrier with that one, bud.
TikTok hasn't sent me any money yet. So
go on there and wave your dong around or something. Boost those numbers. Those are rookie numbers.
Yeah. Wave my dong around. Is that a hashtag now?
It is now.
What the fuck did you say to me on the phone the other day? Like I fucking died. I burned 2 bridges with 1 stone.
Oh, hey, do not underestimate how destructive I can be.
Dude, as soon as it came out of your mouth, you were like, what? Burn 2 bridges with 1 stone. It's like fucking great. Yeah. You can already tell that the mornings were much more caffeinated than we are at 6 o'clock at night. So,
brains aren't on fucking scramble.
No, it definitely a different energy this morning. But anyway, so leave us a rating review, subscribe to the YouTube channel, check out the Tradesman Experience on TikTok.
I can't believe those words just came out of your mouth.
Did. I don't know. You see that giant ring light right there?
Sure
I might have to,
Hey guys, is there going to be a Tradesman Experience OnlyFans as well, or
maybe.
I'm
gonna wear nothing but that tool belt and a hard hat hanging on the wall.
But where's the hard hat going to be?
Don't spoil it. Fucking spoiler alert. God. So you're welcome, ladies, over
and
65. What? That's my Virginia City demographic right there.
There you go. Yeah. Old Silver Fox, we used to call you.
Yeah. Actually, one of Katie's coworkers, that's what she calls me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Silver
Fox. Yeah. When I was talking to Dan the other day, because he's a mobile diesel mechanic, and my stepdad is a diesel mechanic, but he works in a shop. And I said, man, he's been a diesel mechanic and before I could get the rest of the words out, Dan goes, well, you're fucking old as shit. Yeah. So like, how old is your stepdad?
Almost dead.
Yeah. Actually, he's in the hospital, I think, again. Well, so
shit happens.
Many strokes are coming back. But he's been a mechanic for probably 40 to 45 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's like half your age. Jesus Christ.
Oh man, I don't remember like 99% of my my childhood before like 12 years old. There's some mental block.
I don't either. I mean,
That's good. I mean, but I have like these snippets in one, and this is what it's like growing up back in the day. My stepdad had a Harley when him and my mom started dating. And I remember him driving me uptown, sitting on the tank of the Harley.
yeah,
No helmets.
yeah.
Just that's where I
Those were
rode.
the good old days.
You, if somebody saw you do that now, first of all, you're probably in a third world country.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine seeing someone go down the middle of Gardnerville on a motorcycle with a 5-year-old?
I'd be cheering them on.
Yeah, I don't have anything against it, but
Yeah.
that's just the change of
Yeah, culture.
culture
Yeah.
now.
hmm
And I also remember getting in trouble because my little boots, I guess, scratched his chrome.
Oh, poor little
Yeah.
guy.
His wee little boots.
Yeah. Well, they have there's some old boy makes an attachment for your tank now where you mount it to the center of your tank and it's a set of handlebars so you can put a kid in your lap and they can hold on to the handlebars right there.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't think it's illegal.
Right.
It's probably frowned upon.
Oh,
but
that's fair.
It's not illegal.
I have my own opinions of laws and rules.
Mhm.
I think laws are meant to keep people safe, and I think rules are meant to keep stupid people alive.
I'm not saying kill all stupid people. I'm saying just take the warning labels off
That's it.
everything. Yeah.
That's it. If you have to put on a bottle of bleach, do not drink.
Mhm. Yeah. Doesn't smell like you should drink it.
Is that really the cultural reading we're looking for?
Plus, anybody dumb enough to do it, they can't read that warning label anyway.
Let him do it.
Yeah.
Let him experience life for the rest of it.
Yeah.
A few
The
moments they-
excruciating 10 minutes
few
they have
moments
left.
they have left. Yeah, where they piss and shit themselves to death.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't really like rules.
Mhm. I don't either.
Yeah, like I said, I'm okay with most of the laws.
I'm not either. Wait, what?
I think there are some laws that are okay.
Mhm. Yeah, like don't murder and rape people.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's about the extent of it for me.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Same. I'm okay with that.
Don't steal people's shit, but then again, it's your job to protect your shit. So.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of capital punishment. I think death penalty should be for most crime.
Oh, yeah, like pedophiles. Yeah.
Can we do the?
Yeah.
Can we bring back the shooting, the firing
Just
squad?
wanna make it a public
Fucking firing
spectacle.
squad.
Yeah. You fuck with kids. That's that's inexcusable.
Yeah, inexcusable.
And now
Yeah,
you get all these dipshits out there. Oh, they're minor attractive persons. No.
What does that mean?
They're trying to relabel it as minor attractive person for pedophiles. They don't like being called pedophiles anymore. Yeah.
I have a better term.
Fire starter.
Fire starter.
Yeah.
I hope this one gets kicked off of social media. This
Yeah,
would be
fuck
fucking
'em.
great.
Yeah.
I feel like we're building a following, though.
Mhm.
Yeah. Here, would you like to take an acid bath, child fucker? And I'm being kind, trust me.
Yeah.
That was one of the points of my last GSD was like I don't care what people think. I just think it's interesting when someone tries to brushstroke you with this perception, and I'm like, you really don't know me. Like, there's like 5 people on this planet that really know me.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
And I was gonna say you're like one of them, you know. And it's like don't brushstroke me with your fucking filtered bullshit.
Right. That's easy to do. That's how most people have to compartmentalize the world. They're too overstimulated. There's too much going on. Paying attention to details is way too much to ask for. You know.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Sure the fuck is.
I've almost got this gallon of coffee down.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm going to shit myself or if I'm going to take over.
Hey, at least we're in your place. Yeah.
That's so true. All right, back on track. God, if anybody's still with us today. I wonder what would happen if we did a live show, like a radio show, or like, I wonder what would happen.
I'd probably get shut down on whatever the fuck we were putting it on.
That's fair. All right. So today, wrapping up the series on operations. Listen to me, I got all serious and smart right there for a second. We talked about operational capacity. We've discussed operational excellence, and today we're going to dive into operational tolerances. Mm-hmm. And I want to kind of do this twofold. One comes from a conversation that I had recently about what are the operating tolerances for the work performed. Mm-hmm. And then the other side of this that I want to dive into is just everything else that's not skill specific. As in, what are you tolerating in behavior? What are you tolerating in systems? What are you tolerating in client behavior? Mm-hmm. What your branding? What are you tolerating with your branding?
Yeah. So, I mean, I think a good jumping off point would be like, how do we define tolerances? And for me, tolerances are operating parameters, right? We have the high end, we have the low end. Tolerances is everything in between, right?
Yes.
And I think identifying those early and often is necessary for operations.
What a great way to say that. Mm-hmm. Early and often.
People don't need to be told, they need to be reminded. Mm-hmm. And dude, especially let's even just look at the skill set when it comes to tolerances that you're allowed there. There is such a thing as a circumstantial tolerance as well, right? When it comes to, let's say, on our ornamental side of stuff, mm-hmm. Tolerances are a 16th of an inch when it comes to ornamental, because that shit needs to be fucking perfect, mm-hmm. right? So it needs to be plumb square and level within a 16th of an inch over the entirety of the piece. Mm-hmm. Are there situations where we go into homes and let's say it's a remodel up at Tahoe and the foundation is settled on one side of the house and not the other? Now you have balconies and banisters and mm-hmm. all these different areas that are no longer plumb mm-hmm. level or square. You have to adjust to it. So you're building things skewed or to make it more aesthetically pleasing, right? So then all of a sudden mm-hmm. our tolerance goes from a measurable metric
to a visual metric. Yes.
Right. Especially when you work with old gazer beam like we do.
I was just in my mind, I'm like, I would pay to watch Matt implode on an out of square staircase with a handrail.
Because we had to put one in at a friend's house and, we charge her a decent amount of money for the thing. We don't do the friends and family mm-hmm. discount thing. Mm-hmm. We go up there to put it in and we're like, fuck. We're like, the reveal was different in two different areas. We're like, hey, we're going to take this down and take it back. They're like, well, why? We're like, well, do you see that gap up there? They're like, no. Matt's like, oh, about to fucking explode. He's like, it has to come down. We got to take it back.
Matt's in the truck rocking back and forth, rolling a piece of paper.
Give him a fidget spinner or something.
That was something that I learned from a master trim carpenter. And he told me, he said, sometimes you have to please the tape measure. Sometimes you have to please the eye. Mm-hmm. And I've never forgot that lesson. And it was relevant because I was struggling with something in the moment. And I'd worked on this one thing far too long. Mm-hmm. And he happened to be there as well working. And it was kind of like one of those, how like old guys are just like drop a piece of wisdom on you. Uh-huh. They're not even going to ask you what you're doing.
It's just in passing.
Yeah. Just like, sometimes you got to please the tape measure. Sometimes you got to please the eye. And then they just walk out of the room and you're like,
motherfucker.
God damn it. Wait, there's another way to do this.
All right.
So those tolerances into, the work itself mm-hmm. and your example of the ornamental, a 16th of a tolerance, you need to be able to define that out for your team. And for your example, what are vertical tolerances? What are horizontal tolerances? Mm-hmm. What are square to out of square tolerances, and then what is everything in between, mm-hmm. and what are those tolerances? The reason this is important, if you don't have this laid out, if you don't have air conditioners, I'll switch this real quick. An outside unit needs to be level, or the oil in the compressor is out of level, and it mm-hmm. can affect the longevity of the system. So what is level? What are the tolerances mm-hmm. of level? Indoor units, plumb straight, level, and square. Mm-hmm. But what tolerance?
Right.
Because same thing, you're putting something in a fucking crawl space and you're mounting it to, floor joist and there's dirt. What's acceptable? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, there's things that the system needs to be able to operate correctly, like water, draining of water. All of that needs to be information that's accessible to the team.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've got something posted up, even in the shop, that says out of square tolerance is 1/8 of an inch
over
10 feet.
Yeah.
Over X number of feet. If like you guys do a lot of ornamental, it's like, oh, is it an 1/8 inch over 4 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does that calculate out to be a 1/2 inch over 8 feet?
Right. Or are we readjusting the parameter over a certain, because it is, you have exponential increase in deflection, right? Mm-hmm. So an 1/8 inch at 0.0 is going to be 2 inches at 40 feet.
Exactly.
So like, once you get to 10 feet, are you like, oh shit? I mean, also, why are you building shit in a single piece in 40 fucking feet? I don't know, but.
So in like your game, structural is going to have different tolerances than ornamental.
Mm-hmm.
Structural, an inch and 40 feet. I mean, the fucking steel moves that far when the sun comes out.
Right. Yeah. The whole thermal expansion and contraction thing is very real.
Very.
And it's like, well, measure it again at noon. See what it looks like then.
Right.
The temperature wasn't when we installed it. Yeah.
But, you think about that. You just think about the thermal expansion and the tolerances that plays in, and you're bolting up a vertical to a horizontal. Mm-hmm. And you match the plates just as everything's engineered, spec'd, lasered. You put that level on there, it might show that it's 1.5 inches out and 40 feet.
Right.
But you come back the next morning before the sun hits it, it's going to read a different level.
Yep.
So, but those are things that you need to know. But again, you need to have that written out. Mm-hmm. The reason you need to have it written out and not just accessible to the team is it gives them permission to police one another. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't have that clarified, you are the approval.
Now it's all speculative.
It's all speculative based on if you think it's good enough. Mm-hmm. What does good enough mean?
Yeah.
Right. Again, give me some tolerances to which I can operate in, so I know. That way, if you come out and pull tape, it has nothing to do with what you think. Mm-hmm. It's just completely is whether or not it's within the clarified tolerances.
Tolerances are freedom. That gives your crew the freedom to make a decision, right? They're like, okay, we're within tolerance, and you can't go back on that either. If you're going to set tolerances, set fucking tolerances, I mean, you can adjust them, as things move along, like especially, on our end, our tolerances have been too tight on stuff. Mm-hmm. Like Matt has this thing where he loves to build things the exact size of where they got to fit into. And then you go powder it. And now you got 3 mils on each side of powder coat and it don't fucking fit anymore.
Don't fit.
Yeah.
This was what I loved about, because Matt and I had that exact conversation. And I said, you build something to exact measurements and it doesn't fit. That piece is wrong. Mm-hmm. And he was like, God damn it. He said, yeah. It's
too big.
And he said, it is wrong.
Yeah.
I said, so you're running such a tight tolerance that you ended up building the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, and you need to understand that you have different tolerances for different things. Like, especially for us, our structural side, we have a 1/2 inch tolerance as opposed to a 1/16 on ornamental. But, the fucking concrete guys don't give a flying fuck about an inch. The framers don't give a fuck about a 1/2 inch. And, and you and I were talking about that the other day, about how tolerances change between trades. And, you can't expect a dirt guy to give a shit about a 1/2 inch.
Right.
He's got rocks floating around that are 3/4 of an inch, like that. It's a 1/2 inch wear, like that. So it's, you have to understand that cross trade tolerances vary. And you have to understand that they're not going to go, the steel guys are going to be the most stringent, right?
On the structural side.
On structural, yeah. So like the dirt guys are going to get a couple inches. The concrete guys are going to get an inch. The framer is going to get 1/2 inch. Your finished carpenters are going to be on the same level you are, but they're running off of, like, imagine being a finished carpenter. You're running off a compounding effect of tolerances across the board.
And you're trying to meet a 30-second.
Right. But that's where that tape measure versus the eye, the aesthetics are what matter at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're doing crown molding on a 91 degree corner,
Yeah. Right.
I mean, show me a house that has nothing but 90 degree corners.
Well, Matt moved into that house where they got those dumbass rounded corners that were big in the 90s.
Yep.
Bullnose, yeah.
Yep.
Like, good luck finding molding for that,
I found some actually.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
For the base
Was
trim.
it some fucking retro warehouse?
No, it was because he's doing all 1x4 stained wood, dark stained wood. I found rounded 1x corners.
Oh, no shit.
Specifically for that.
Huh.
And
just raw wood and he was able to stain them?
Yep, able to stain it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
The internet's a great place.
It is a great place.
Sometimes.
Well, because I was doing trim work there in the beginning, and when you do a miter joint on a bullnose corner, you have a gap. Now, what's really kind of the trade evolution is now you look at if people want bullnose, they bullnose down to like the bottom 4 inches, and then it's a square corner.
Oh.
And then the top is the same way. So they kind of fix that part of the evolution. But this house is bullnose floor to ceiling.
Right.
So, but we were able to find some pre-manufactured wood that, and actually it's really fucking sexy.
Is it?
It looks really good.
Especially with Matt, because like if you hadn't found it, Matt would have walked past that every day and just had a
stared
bitch
at
fit
it.
about it. Just
Put it for sale sign in the
hear him
yard.
grunting.
You know what's interesting, and I know we've made several references to Matt, but Matt is a great example of why having access to operating tolerances are necessary. And it's not mood based, right? It's this is my expectation. And then when you bring that expectation into I'm going to say reality of the situation, you recognize that you do have to your tolerances do need to be circumstantial, what you talked about earlier. You've got things that are non-negotiable. Again, you're building shit in the shop on a fucking jig table. It's a 16th inch or an 8th inch, whatever the tolerance is, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's also one of the things that sets you guys apart in the fabrication world, in the ornamental side.
Yeah, well, Matt upholding those tolerances, he's like, no, I don't care if we said a 16th. I don't care if it's an 8th. Cut it apart and fix it, because that's the thing. If you start to sway on your tolerances, and this isn't like a boss motherfucking an employee, but at the end of the day, you give people an inch, they'll take a mile. Today okay, well, we'll do an 1/8 inch. Well, then next week it's going to be 3/16, and then we're up to a quarter, and then it's like, what the fuck are we even doing here? And so being deliberate about upholding those standards / tolerances is critical, and I don't care how much hassle it is to make it right. You should have done it right the first time.
And that's a great segue into the second part of this, because one of my favorite quotes from Leif Babin, who is Jocko Willink's partner on the Extreme Ownership books, he says, it's not what you preach, it's what you tolerate. And if you understand how profound that is, because there are a lot of business owners that come to the table with great systems, great protocols, great expectations of tolerances, and they tolerate behaviors that don't align with their expectations. So their operating tolerances of everything else it's bullshit, and that bleeds into the culture. And we've all worked for those managers. They show up and they're like, man, that's not straight, you need to fix that. And then they walk away and you're like, fuck, mate, he don't really care. He's just here to check a box and tell me what I'm supposed to do.
You don't know how to do what I do.
Right.
Yeah.
So looking at the operating tolerances of everything else in the business, and this was I was a stickler for and this is a really great, honest example. When we switched to uniforms, I told him, I said, you show up and you're not in uniform, I'll send you home. My operating tolerance for this is you have
all or nothing.
You have to be in uniform. And I had some situations that I was a little lenient on my tolerance. There were some circumstances I won't go into, but I had a guy show up one day in a uniform shirt and holey jeans. And I said, where are your uniform pants? Why are you in ripped fucking jeans? And unfortunately, his response is like, I'll wear the fucking uniforms if you pay for them. And there's a lot to unpack in that statement.
Yep. Was that a set expectation from the beginning?
The reality was he wasn't wrong, but his delivery was way wrong.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay. Because I do, as I've mentioned on here before, I had no control of the finances, the operating finances in my HVAC company. I absolutely thought we should have provided the uniforms if we required them to be worn.
Well, okay. But let's say that, like when people come to work for us, we give them X amount of Battleborn welding shirts.
Right.
Shit catches on fire, you get cut in a grinder, fucking shit happens, right? We understand that. If you need a new shirt every week, or, when people start on, we tell them blue jeans with those shirts, and the jeans have to be in good condition. Well, if you're such a fucking pig pen that the moment you show up in the morning, you're covered head to toe in garbage, like, okay, understandable, but those jeans aren't coming in the next day looking like that.
Right.
You're going to go wash them, and dude, they're fucking clothes. We're in the trades. Who the fuck doesn't have jeans? Like that's just normal shit. And to say that you can't afford them, motherfucker, we cut your check out every week. I know.
I don't think drywallers wear jeans. They wear those fucking basketball shorts.
Hey, whatever it takes to get a drywaller in, My buddy Scott's going to get a crack at that one.
But that's just based on what I've seen in my experience.
Yeah.
But it is about clear expectations. And, and I had recognized that I had a tolerance and then I was kind of wavering on that tolerance. And I had told him, I'm like, look, if this is something you're concerned about, you need to be able to approach me with a different approach. Come to me with saying, hey, this is how I feel about this. Don't just break the fucking rules because you think I should be doing something different.
Right.
That's immature on your part. And so, like I said, there's a lot to unpack there and a lot of information that it's a little bit out of context, but again, what are your operating tolerances? This fucking story I heard, I'm going to share. The guy that I learned my sales process from, his name is Steve. Brilliant fucking guy. And he come from the HVAC industry. He had, with what he knew, he had built a $5 million revenue HVAC company. When he learned the sales process, they went from 5 million to 17 million.
Damn.
Okay. With that growth came systematic operations, operating tolerances, all the shit you and I talk about. He said, we had this kid, young guy, and one of the expectations was you were required to wash your service truck weekly. Every week. Do it on the weekend, do it during the week. Doesn't matter. You have to wash it every week. And the owner, because Steve didn't own the company, the owner of the company would watch the fleet leave in the morning and look and see if your truck was fucking clean as they went by. And so sure shit, every day the trucks go by, they're clean. They go out and do a truck inspection on this fucking kid's truck, and he had only been washing the half that you could see from the shop window. Swear to God.
That's harder to do than washing the fucking truck.
Wash the half.
You're just like, fuck the man at that point, What a little shit. Jesus Christ.
They did fire him immediately.
Well, duh. Jesus, drag him behind the truck for a couple yards first, right? Oh, we only got you dirty on one side, though.
You give him an inch, they'll take a mile.
Yep.
You know what you're talking about? And if you don't manage these tolerances, things like this show up. People are going to wash half their fucking vehicle. That's mind blowing, isn't it? That somebody would go through that much effort.
Just the effort to do that. Like, I don't understand. Like, I would be curious to see what the thought process was. Like, is it it has to be out of spite at that point. Like, oh, you want me to wash your fucking truck?
Right.
Like, fuck. That can't be more efficient to wash half of it, you know?
How do you, I mean, again,
you would accidentally get the other side clean.
Accidentally. I would be interested in the thought process too, because there has to be a justifying narrative for that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. There's something that, what if there's like a squeegee line right down the fucking center of the car? Where
I would only hope that it was that perfect.
Yeah, right. That's great.
Yeah.
What happens when you come back? You're going the other way. They're going to see the other side of the truck.
You know, I don't know. It's a great question. Maybe you backed in. I don't fucking know. Fucking backed it down the alley. Can't let him see the dirty side.
Shit.
Yeah. But that's an operating tolerance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have an expectation. You have an operating tolerance, and you can manage those tolerances. You can manage those expectations. You manage systems in which you do that. I told the story to one of my clients yesterday that I said I had one of my install teams. They're both hunters, and so they had the same days off because it was shotgun season in Illinois, and they had the day off. I just happened to need to move their box truck, so I got in their box truck. And I moved it out of the way so we could do some stuff. And I'm looking around the cab of this box truck. And I'm like, this is disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
So I took it upon myself that I'm going to clean it. Mm-hmm. And then I'll just make sure that they keep it clean. Mm-hmm. I'll clean it. They keep it clean. As I'm going through and digging shit out of this fucking truck,
mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'd pick up an empty Copenhagen can, I'd throw it in the trash, and then I'm getting some papers and then a Copenhagen can. And I had grabbed enough Copenhagen cans that I decided I was going to start counting them. So I pulled all the Copenhagen cans back out of the fucking trash that I'd already put in there. That's how dedicated I am.
Yeah, Jesus.
So I pull the Copenhagen cans out, I count them, and then I count the rest of them as I get the cab of the truck cleaned out. Now, this is a box truck. This is not a fucking quad cab. This is a 2-seater box truck, like a U-Haul truck.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not a tremendous amount of space in these things. I get everything cleaned. I box up with milk crates, their papers and manuals, and organize it to the best of my ability without knowing what they needed.
Mm-hmm.
Monday, they come back. I said, you and you in my office.
Uh-oh.
So I pull them in, and they were like, hey, what's up, boss? I said, I cleaned your truck out Friday.
I'm sure the blood just ran right out of their fucking faces, too.
Yeah.
Like,
and they just kind of looked at me, and I said, I've got a question. How many Copenhagen cans do you think I pulled out of the cab of your truck? And they looked at me, and I said, no, I want an answer.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to guess. Humor me with a number. 11? One guy said like 9. I said 41.
Gee, god damn. That's what keeps gas stations in business right there.
I said, I pulled 41 empty Copenhagen cans out of the cab of your truck. So here's what we're going to do. That ever happens again, you're fired.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple. I'm going to inspect your truck every week from here on out. And so one of my pet peeves is stuff on the dash.
Mm-hmm.
You got fucking papers on the dash. That tells me so much about your life.
Mm-hmm.
You're a fucking pig.
I usually have a hat up there.
I'm not talking about a hat.
My gym hat.
I'm talking about papers,
mm-hmm.
wrappers, not like Lil Wayne, but like, candy bar wrappers.
I'm surprised you even know who that is.
Oh, dude. Hey, man. I like good gym music.
Yeah.
I said, this is the expectation. Basically, these are my tolerances. I'm going to check it every week. You do this shit again, you're fucking done.
Mm-hmm.
And now we had an agreement.
Mm-hmm.
We had an understanding of what the expectation was, and it was my job to manage how it was being tolerated.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a great lesson for me, and something that I remind people and have to remind myself is, I had the business from 2000, basically the end of 2013 to beginning of 2018. my immaturity as a leader, I'm proud that I was able to build the team that I did with my low level leadership ability. And you just don't think about things like that.
Right.
You just don't think that you're going to open up somebody's truck on your team, because I owned all the trucks, and that you're going to find 40 empty chew cans in there. That's not something that you have foresight.
Right.
You're not thinking, oh, I bet this is going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have those expectations and those tolerances set out clear, things like this happen. You're also not going to get it all right from day one.
Mm-hmm.
You can't expect perfection.
Right. Yeah. But and you have to understand that it's going to be a lot of reminders once you start setting these tolerances and these expectations that, that's why weekly meetings are so critical.
Mm-hmm.
You catch a couple things throughout the week, write it down in a notebook, bring it up in the meeting. Like, hey, this is what we're seeing. We talked about doing this. We know we threw a lot at you guys in the, from that big expectations meeting we had, but this is what we're seeing. This is what we need to focus on. We're doing good in these parts, but these parts are where we need work. Mm-hmm. Don't get fucking mad when you're like, we just talked about this last week. We talked about 30 fucking things last week.
Yeah.
Let me catch up here.
That was one of many pivotal moments for me as a leader. And I don't remember where I heard it, but when I heard the phrase, people don't have to be told, they have to be reminded. Mm-hmm. It completely changed my outlook on being a leader, because what do most managers say? Oh, I got to fucking babysit these guys. Mm-hmm. And when I heard that for the first time and then started applying it, it became such a staple in our culture that it was part of our vocabulary. Mm-hmm. There were many things that you and I talk about on this podcast that we adopted in our vernacular. And people don't have to be told, they have to be reminded.
Mm. Oh, one of them was live, laugh, love.
I will fucking stab you. All right. You can find Nate on Instagram. Oh, what a dick. That's good. That hadn't been brought up in a while. I was so disappointed, too. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, don't have to be told. You have to be told that you're a fucking idiot.
Trust me, I already know.
And what was great about that is when I introduced that phrase to my team, guess who they used it on?
You?
Me.
Yeah.
Mama D specifically, but the team used it on me. So, Mama D would call me or come into my office, and she would open with that. People don't have to be told, they have to be reminded. I'm like, what'd I forget? She's like, hey, I need you to call this client, or I need you to do this, or what. I'm like, okay, and then I'll take care of it. But what a great icebreaker to a conversation. Mm-hmm. I never felt like anybody on that team was trying to tell me how to do my job. Right. I never felt that way. But it's easy to feel that way if you operate from a top-down management structure. Mm-hmm. And if you're not willing to empower your team to manage you the same way you manage them, mm-hmm. It's going to be a problem.
Yep.
Here's the other aspect of operating tolerances. This is how we manage people. Okay, we manage other people based on our zones of genius, on mm-hmm. our strengths. So if I'm really good at troubleshooting and diagnosing, I'm going to manage the efficacy of my technicians based on their ability to troubleshoot. Mm-hmm. Naturally.
Yep.
It's going to be my natural measurement. That's mm-hmm. the natural metric right there. If you are a high-level fabricator, you're naturally going to manage people based on their ability to fabricate. Mm-hmm. Make sense?
Yep.
So you have to recognize that when you only try to manage people in areas of your strength, you're neglecting your areas of weakness. Mm-hmm. In the conversation of operating tolerances, I said, okay, you have this expectation of basically perfection. Do you live all of your areas of life that way? Do you take care of your hygiene? Do you exercise? Do you manage your nutrition, your personal finances?
Mhm.
Do you keep your fucking house clean? Do you manage all areas of your life with the same expectation?
Right.
Okay. Obviously, the answer is fucking no.
Yeah.
Okay. The answer is just no.
Yeah. It's whatever the most pressing thing is at that moment, you know? And I think that
And your strength area. Strength area.
Yeah. Because, we look at that same exact idea that you're talking about here. We look at that on a sociological scale. And it's like everybody has the next catastrophe that you need to be paying attention to. Well, you're not paying attention to impoverished black kids. You're not paying attention to gay rights. You're not paying attention to whatever the fuck it is. Climate change. Like, everybody has the thing that they're passionate about, which would be their fucking strength, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they're flabbergasted when you don't give a shit about it. And it's like, I got other shit. I'm like, good, that one's on you, man. You deal with that one. I'm going to deal with the shit that I fucking find to be important, right? So, stop putting that on other people.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting perspective, especially from a leadership point, because you can't expect your team to care about the things that you care about the same way you care about them.
That's your problem. Those are your problems.
Right.
You know, like those are the things that you should be dealing with. It's not their responsibility to fix the way you see the world. Right. And I've come to see that a lot in a leadership standpoint, that it's like, they don't give a fuck about they don't give a fuck about what our profit margin looked like on a job. And I'm like, dude, you guys were losing money on this. You need to fucking hurry up. And they're like, we didn't bid it.
Yeah.
Sounds like a you problem.
Still going to do what I need to do, boss.
Right. Do you want it done right? Do you want it done within the parameters of operation? Well, this is how long it's going to take me. Mm-hmm. So that's something you really got to pay attention to, is when it comes to your tolerances, that you got to understand that there's time frames attached to tolerances. Mm-hmm. The more detailed you want it done, the more fucking time it's going to take.
Mm-hmm. And if you're not familiar with what constraints there are, then your tolerances are not going to be attainable.
Right. Yeah.
Weather's a motherfucker.
Sure is. Yeah.
It's a son of a bitch when it comes to, trying to get things done within an expectation of time.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, dude, that's one of those things, we worked in every condition possible when we were pipelining. That was just the way it was supposed to go. Right. And, as long as there was something to do, we were out there doing it. Right. We've worked in -30. We've worked in 120. We've, everything in between. But there's you need to realize as a business owner that your tolerances are not going to be met some days when you send people out to work in the fucking mud or work in the fucking snow, and they're out there trying to maneuver equipment, and you're hemorrhaging money because they're getting shit done at a quarter of the speed because they're dealing with this, and then you're upset about it.
So the speed thing. How do most people perceive a job to be done, or even bid a job to be done?
Perfected.
If they were doing it.
That with zero contingency.
With no constraints, no contingency, no disruptions, no distractions. Oh, if I were doing this job, I could do it in 6 hours.
Yeah, because it's your name on the fucking building.
And again, you're thinking that you're going to do it and nothing's going to happen between hour 1 and hour 6.
Yeah.
One of the kind of the rules of thumb that I give people, I said, when you're bidding a job that somebody else is doing, once you calculate the labor, add 20%.
Yep.
Just add 20% on top of the labor.
Or even
20, the time, not money, but time. So if you think it's going to take 5, add 6. Make it 6. If you think it's going to take 10, make it 12. It's not a huge percentage.
Right.
I mean, 20% sounds like a lot.
Well, it is, especially when, let's say you're in public works. Everybody gets real scared. Oh, dude, speaking of public works, I have to bitch about this real quick. But public works is all lowest bidder, right? So we're doing this job in a prison here, and we're putting decking up on top of this building. There's small little generator buildings, and they're like, hey, we want submittals for the decking. And I'm like, I'm not going to supply you with submittals for that because we're not going to get them shop drawn. We're just going to fab it in place. Like it's like a 50 by 10 building for generators. Like, it's fucking tiny, right? I'm not going to waste somebody's time to do shop drawings for that. The fucking engineer comes back and he's just like, well, if you were to buy your stuff from a reputable individual that actually does shop drawings and, instead of whatever wishy-washy place you just ordered this from. And I'm like, for one, fuck you. We gave you the shit that you wanted. But for two, you're looking for lowest bidder. The fuck do you want from us? Like, this is how you get a job. You have to do shit like this. And there's nothing in there that says I have to provide a shop for the fucking decking anyway. So he's like, oh, they're just going to show up with everything pre-cut and they're just going to slap them in place. And I'm like, how often does anybody actually even really do that, you know? But it was just, that's my gripe for the day. My fucking engineer pissed me off for the week type situation. So,
yeah. With the most for the least.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are situations. Public Works is a great example of that.
Oh, yeah. You know, there's people that make careers out of Public Works. I don't have the fucking patience for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Looking at your expectations of the operations and your tolerances of the operations, and you find out, are those things connected or aligned at all? The biggest piece of ingredient in all of this is you. You as the leader, you as the business owner, you as the technician, it's you.
Yeah.
You're the determining factor of the results of all of this. And the reason I say that is because the more stringent you become with systems, protocols, tolerances, and expectations, the more you tend to remove the human factor. And you can never remove the human factor.
Nope.
People are not going to be perfect every day.
Yeah. You can automate everything all you want. Somebody's still got to provide maintenance on those machines. That means there's going to be a human fucking around with that machine.
That's right. Yeah. And that human might show up today and their operating capacity is different than it was yesterday. You know, we all have a high potential. Right. But we operate within our capacity of that day. I think pushing that envelope is good. But you're going to have somebody that's going to get up and come to work and, you know, you don't know if their kid was up throwing up all night and they're sick and they're working on 2 hours of sleep, or they got in a fight with their wife, or they're fucking, you know, one of their parents is dying. You don't know. So when you remove the human factor from the expectation, you're creating an opportunity for extreme disappointment.
That's all it'll be, is disappointment.
Yeah. Now, the flip side of that is, back to the tolerances, is you do have to be clear and understanding about what you're going to tolerate in behavior. You know, if you're that shitty, I don't want you here today. Like, take the time off. Take the fucking day off. Go get some sleep. Go take care of your parent. Go do whatever the fuck you need to do.
You're more of a liability at that point.
Yes. When your capacity is so low that you're a liability, just fucking stay home.
Go home.
Yeah. I don't need you here. But that has to be clear with me on what my tolerances are going to be with behavior and performance. And, you know, or if there's an opportunity, it's like, hey, you're going to help make ductwork today.
Yeah. Like, we're going to stick you in a corner by yourself.
That's right.
Well, and you got to realize too, that those days when people come in and they're at those low capacity points, it's infectious. You know, like if you came in a great fucking mood and you're ready to get after it, you're ready to kick the day in the ass, and then the guy that you're paired up with that day comes in, he's in a piss poor attitude, or he can't get his shit together, or his brain's not working right that day. You're not going to elevate him. He's going to bring you down.
I got to tell you a stupid fucking story about my brain not working right.
So, all the time?
Yeah, mostly all the time. This week has been a little bit more. This is just one of those weeks that I have slept like shit. Like I'm sleeping 4 or 5 hours a night. Just a lot going on in my brain. It fucking happens. I'm not complaining about it. I got up the other morning and I was so fucking distorted that I tried to comb my hair. I swear to God, that's a true story.
Just scratching the shit out of your scalp.
So I put my beard product in and I picked up my comb, and instead of going to my beard, I went to the top of my fucking head. And then I'm looking at myself in the mirror like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you haven't even made that motion in 20 fucking years.
Dude, that's what I was like, how long has it been since you comb your hair? What the fuck? That's how, it's been that kind of week. But yeah, sometimes my brain, you know, that people just have fucking off days.
Yeah.
You know, I should have just went back to bed that day, but
not an option.
No. So anyway, make sure that shit's that information's accessible to the team. It's clear. And it's easier to manage systems and tolerances and expectations than trying to manage people. So let's get you out here.
Yep.
Emma's sitting in here laughing at our brilliant Friday morning. And
Definitely. We'll see how this pans out with the audience.
I want
They're like,
people-
it might be too much. You know?
I want people just to get on YouTube just so they can watch you fidget with that fucking tie the whole time.
Caffeinated, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
I know it.
That's it. I don't know. Like sometimes I feel like I might be autistic. Like I have that. I don't know if it's the ADHD or if it's. I don't fucking know. I don't have that Rain Man autism though. You know. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, if you want to see what Nate looks like, you can find him on Instagram at Nate Newton 87. I am on Instagram at The Tradesman Experience. Email is thetradesmanexperience@gmail.com. Website's thetradesmanexperience.com. And the YouTube channel is The Tradesman Experience. Thank you so much for spending this time with us.
TikTok.
Dude, you shut your dirty, whore-bearded mouth.
You better start throwing it in there.
I said I talked about TikTok enough. You're done. You're done.
Okay.
Wad it up. You're done. All right, get out there. Be proud to be a tradesman. Get shit down. I don't even fucking know. Bye.